Hello, Sensei Cisco here, Sensei Martial Arts. Today we'll be taking a look at our Little Master curriculum in tumbles, using shoulder stands and tucking our knees to come over our shoulder. We are getting a little bit of a late start today, having some issues with loading on the computer, and it just took a while to get it loaded up so we could open. So we're going to start a little later than usual today, but if you are joining us right now, thank you for holding out and bringing in. I'm going to take a moment here to adjust our camera because, as I mentioned, it was booting up really weird, and now it doesn't want to stand in place. So I'm just a couple technical issues getting started today. There we go. Now we're centered, and we can angle this just like so. So we can see the back. All right. Should be set. Let's go ahead. I'm going to share this real quick, and we'll get started. Wink. Again, my apologies for the late start and the honestly cringeworthy kind of thumbnail there. We had to shoot it very fast because of the delay. There we go. Now we are set up, so we can get to it. Oh, as you can see, if you haven't tuned into some of our other posts, we have a new setup. Now it's in the same room, but I did take some time this past weekend to redecorate, adding up a couple more martial arts themed items, some training equipment, and things like that. This way it just makes the space feel a little bit more like a dojo. And really, it kind of is. A dojo is your training hall. So you can make a dojo at home. It's any space that you designate to be your practice area. But having sort of the martial arts weaponry, the gear, just kind of gets you in a better mood. And it looks cooler for you guys. So we got rid of the boring white wall setup as before. That was pretty blank and blah. And I'm happy with the results of our work. Now today, as I mentioned at the start of the video, we will be taking a look at our rolls, but focusing a bit more on our shoulder stand and tucking our knees to help us in these rolls. So that being said, let's get moving into our warm-ups, and then we'll start rolling. All right, Katsuke, break, Lingus, and go ahead and pick your feet apart. We're gonna start with some frog hops. Dip down low and jump up tall. Itch, knee, sun, sheep, go, roka, sichi, hachi, coop, shoot. Ooh, don't hit your wall. All right, very good. Roll your neck. Reverse. Big hugs. Jump. Roll them up. Roll them down. Twist in the middle. Roll the hips. Reverse. Very good. Pick the knees. We're going to bring them across your body. Good. And place your feet shoulder width apart. Straight legs once you touch your toes. Itch. Knee. Sun. Sheep. Go. Roka. Sichi. Hachi. Ku. Two. Yeah. Now we're going to move to the floor. We're going to start our rolls. I'm going to do this. I'm going to adjust the camera a little bit so you guys can see down to the ground a little bit better. Now, of course, make sure that your space is clear so that you don't roll over your kitty cats. I'm going to put her right back in her bed. Now, let's start with just a basic roll on our shoulders and back to our feet to warm up our spine. Get that feel of being in a ball. We're going to put our feet on the floor, hug your knees, chin down, roll back, and up. Tap your feet on the floor. Itch. Knee. Sun. Sheep. Keep that chin down. Go. Don't let your head touch. Roko. Sichi. Hachi. Ku. Chu. Good. So, now that we're feeling that ball, feeling our roll, let's talk about how we kick our feet up. Now for this, I want you to lay down flat on your back. What we're going to do is take our feet, bring them in, and then kick up to the sky. I want you to lift your hips off the ground. So from right here, keeping your knees up in front, we're going to push our feet to the sky and lift our hips up as high as we can. Ready? Itch. Knee. Sun. Sheep. Go. Roko. Sichi. Hachi. Ku. Chu. Good. You should kind of feel it in your stomach here. Feeling that squeeze really hard as you push. Now, this is the muscle we want to use to get our feet up real tall. Now, for us to go even taller, we can use our roll. So I want you to start on this top, and then when you roll your shoulders, use that same squeeze in your belly to really push your feet up into the sky. All right, let's try it out. Itch, roll back, push up. Knee, roll back, push up. Sun, lift your hips. Sheep, go. Roko. Sichi. Hachi. Ku. Chu. All right, not bad. So now our job is to freeze when we get to that kick. And to help us with that, we're going to put our hands on our back. So what I'd like you to do is take your hands, put them behind with your fingers pointing down. We're then going to rest our hands right there on our belt, just like so. This way our hands can help push our hips. So kind of take your hands, fingers down, and give your hips a little push forward. Itch, knee, sun, sheep, go, Roku, Sichi, Hachi, Ku, Ju. Good. So you want those hands really planting on your hips. So when we roll back, or when we kick up to the sky, I'm going to put my hands back here. I'm going to help push my hips up. So I want you to watch close. I'm going to kick my hips up as I roll. Ready? Place my hands, roll back, kick up, and then hold my hands back here to try and keep my back straight. Now here my feet are kind of hanging out inside, overhead. I'm going to pull it straight to try and let it point to the sky. Right here. So the straighter I can get, the better. And you'll see my weight is up on my shoulders and my elbow. And roll back. So I'm using this top part of my arm to kind of make a table on the floor. So if I stand up, I have my feet on the floor, and my feet let my body stand. When I do this roll, I'm going to use the backs of my arms to lay down on the ground, just like this. My hand's pointing up, and my hip is going on top of my hand. So let's watch it again. I'm going to use my roll to help me build up energy. So I can fall back, hands on my hips, fall back, kick, and plant my elbows into the floor. That'll keep me from falling back to the ground. Ready? Roll back, push it up, and hold it. 10, 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And roll it back in. Let's do it again. And go. Roll, kick, catch. Hold it straight. So you want to feel it in your shoulders, not on your head. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug the knees and roll back up. Whew, looking good so far. Let's keep it going. And roll it back. Catch it up. Hold it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. And go ahead and relax it out. Roll your neck. Side to side. Now, for us to do a good roll back tuck, what I'm going to do is keep my knees together. So when we kicked up to the sky, were your knees together or did they open up wide? If they were opening wide, that may have made you fall over. But if you kept your knees together and you squeezed them real closed, it's going to help you balance. Now I'm going to flip this sideways so you can see how I roll. Because I want to use that kick up position to help me balance. I'm then going to put my knees down on either side of my head. So I'm going to put both my knees together next to one ear and then the other ear. You can practice that from holding your ball and bring your ear down to one side to the other side. Itch, knee, sun, she, go, roko, sichi, hachi, ku, ju. Very good. So that crunch feeling you feel on those sides, that's what we're going to try and do. But we're going to do it upside down as part of the roll. Let's try it out. So when I roll back, I'm going to fall back, kick to the sky, and hold it. Now I'm going to take those knees, bend them in, so I can kind of touch my head. Boop. Touch your head. Boop. Now if your hips are down on the floor, you can't really bring your knees in, can you? It doesn't work. That means I got to push my hips all the way up to the sky. Way up here. So my hips are above my head, and now my knees can drop and touch my head. All right, let's take those knees. Push your head to one side. So I'm going to turn my head over, drop my knees down towards the floor, and up. Itch, knee, sun, she, go, roko, sichi, hachi, ku, ju. And roll back. Let's go to the other side. Bring your head to the other side. Roll back. Lift the hips. Remember, use those hands to help push them up. And bring your knees down to the other ear. Itch, knee, sun, shi, go, roko, sichi, hachi, ku, ju, and roll it back. Alrighty. So when we're bringing those knees in, we're trying to bring them near our ear, kind of on this empty spot next to our head. If you try and bring your feet straight over your head, what's going to happen? Well, you're going to stop. It's going to keep you from rolling, and this is typically when you end up falling over. I'll show you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll back, and I'm going to put my knees on both sides of my head. Watch what happens. So I'm going to roll back, hips up, knees on both sides, and now I'm stuck. I can't roll, and I got to fall on my side. See, here I fell over. I got my hip down on the ground instead of my bottom. But if I put my knees on one side of my head, I'm going to turn my head to the side. I'll put my knees next to this ear so I can roll back, hips up, knees to the ear. I landed on the knees. So I can have two knees touch the ground instead of my hip. Let's go ahead and take a look from this other angle. Ready? So I'm going to drop my head. I'm going to put both my knees into this spot. Roll, lift my hips, drop my knees right here near my ear. And fall, hips up, knees to the ear so they can both touch the ground. And now I'm standing up on my knees. Let's go a little faster. Head to the side, knees together, drop, lift your hips, drop your knees. Roll, hips, knees, and we're set. All right. So now that we've got some backwards rolls, let's put it with the forward rolls we did last week. If you remember last week, we used a high block to create our forward roll. Let's review that real quick. We're going to sit on our knees, high block, drop it to the ground so your whole arm's on the floor, free hand next to that. So I'm kind of making a box. I'm going to tuck my head into the box, and then just like the back roll, I'm going to throw my hips up to the sky. I push my hips up, and I fall into my forward roll. All right, let's put these together. We're going to roll back and up 10 times. That means 5 rolling back, 5 rolling up. Sound good? Sound good. Ready? We're going to start with our back roll. Tilt your head, drop your knees to the open spot, and itch. Stay on your knees. Drop the high block. Kick up, sun. Or that's knee. Sun. Sheep. Go. Knees together. So I land on my knees. High block. Roko. Sichi. Knees together. So the knees hit the ground. Sichi. Hachi. Ku. Ju. And there we go. Now we can roll forward and backwards like a ball up and down a hill. Sound good? Sounds good. All righty. Let's go ahead and clean up our space. So anytime we take our toys out, they get cleaned up and put away somewhere safe. And we'll fix our belt for good measure. All right. Let's go ahead and bring the camera back up so you guys can see me. Hey. Let's finish out with some Kyantan Day. Now, Kiantande, let's review. How do we run Kiantande? We have 3 different strikes that we do. What's the first one? Is it a punch, a block, or the roof? Punch comes first. Then after we do our punches, what comes next? The block. Outside blocks. What comes last? Well, the only one left is our roof. So it's punch, block, roof. Then, how many of them do we do? We're going to walk forward a little bit, turn around, and walk backwards a little bit. How many steps do we take when we walk? 3. So we're going to take 3 punches forward, 3 punches back, 3 blocks forward, 3 blocks back, 3 roofs forward, elbow smash, 3 roofs back, elbow smash, and we finish. Let's try it out all together. Why don't you stand to one side, so you're standing here next to me. We're going to walk forward this way, walk back this way. Listen to which foot we're using, whether it's your right foot or your left foot. Right foot's over here, left foot's up here. All right, you ready? Facing the same direction as me. And say it nice and loud, Kiantande. Yoy. And big step with the right foot, low block. Let's go 1 punch, 2 punch, 3 punch. Turn to the right and punch. So make sure you have your right foot out. 1 punch, 2 punch, 3 punch. Turn to the right and punch. So is your right foot forward. All right. What comes after punches? Blocks. 1 block, 2 block, 3 block, and turn to the right and block. So check is your right hand, right foot. 1 block, 2 block, 3 block, turn to the right and block. What comes last? The roof. 1 roof, 2 roof, 3 roof. Now instead of a turn, we're gonna reach out, shake hands with the left, and right chicken wing smashes in. Here you should be looking away from the screen. Turn back with a left roof. 1 roof, 2 roof, 3 roof. Reach the right hand out, left chicken wing, smash away. Turn to the right, facing back where we started, with a right roof. Back to yoy, and we bow. Excellent. Let's try it again, but this time let's jump to the other side. So now this time I want you to stand on this side. So I should be on your left, you are on my right. So your left side is to the TV. All right, let's try it out. Nice and strong. Kiantande. Yoy. Now we step first with the right or the left? The right leg. Right leg, low block. 1 punch, 2 punch, 3 punch. Turn to the right. So make sure your right foot is out. 1 punch, 2 punch, 3 punch. Turn to the left. And we have our right foot out. 1 block, 2 block, 3 block. Turn to the right with that right block. 1 roof, 2 roof, 3 roof. Left hand reaches out, right chicken wing, smash. Turn to the left, to the roof. 1 roof, 2 roof, 3 roof. Reach it out, smash it in, turn to the right, and back to yours. Now, hold on. We started over there. How did we end up over here? think we forgot something, didn't we? Did we forget to go back one time? I think we did. Let's find out. Let's do it one more time. Now let's see if we end back here where we started. I think we might have forgotten something in that last one. If you know what it is, let me know. Write it into the comments. Ready? Qui entendez? Yoy. Is it right foot or left foot again? Right foot. Big block. 1 punch, 2 punch, 3 punch. Turn to the right and punch. 1 punch, 2 punch, 3 punch. Turn to the right. 1 block, 2 block, 3 block. Turn to the right. 1 block, 2 block, 3 block. Turn to the right. 1 roof, 2 roof, 3 roof. Left hand reaches out, right hand smash. Boom. So you should be facing towards me on that smash. Turn to the left and roof. 1 roof, 2 roof, 3 roof. Right hand reaches out. Now we're going to spin into it to smash. Turn to the right and roof. Back to yoy. And we bow. All right, we made it back. So something did go wrong on that second one, and we fixed it on our third. So never be afraid to make mistakes, because it's when we make mistakes, when things go wrong, that we're able to learn our best, to find out why did it go wrong and what makes things that are right, right. So I think that's going to do us for today. We're stopping maybe a minute early, but that's all right. I think we did an awesome job. You did an awesome job, and I will look forward to seeing you next one. Let's come to attention. Remember how to do your rolls and practice at home. Roll back. Can you balance on your shoulders with your feet stuck up in the air? Lifting your hips up real tall so that you're making a bean pole on your shoulders. Tuck your knees together next to your ears so you can roll backwards and land on your knees instead of on your side. So falling on your side, well, that's not a roll, that's a fall. So tuck the knees to help you roll backwards. All right. Let's come to attention. Katsuge. Ready? Arigato gozaimasu. And thank you for joining me. Bye-bye. Blink. Blink.